The Democratic Party dropped the fucking ball. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Change My Ways. I'm your host, Vaughn, as always. Today, we're going to be talking about the recent election that has taken place. And let's just get right into it. They set that woman up for failure. Mind you, very proud of Kamala, very still supportive. But they did not set you up for success at all. First of all, she had very little time and ran a very short campaign.
I'm pretty sure the typical campaign for US presidency starts this spring before the election year. That's usually the time candidates begin to run, gather support, obtain endorsements, funds, etc., all that stuff.
3.5 months is what Harris was given. Biden dropped out late July, I believe. July 21st is, I believe, the date that he made that tweet and other posts among social media that he was no longer going to be in the race. Let's talk about that part a bit more, though. I think what's frustrating about that part is that it was obvious for quite a while that Biden was not fit to run for another term. Just on the outside looking in, numerous moments that even the public saw of him just not really knowing what was going on.
Constant stuttering in his speech is one of the main things that stuck out to me. But he just did not look well as this whole thing went on.
I get it, he's very old, but I feel like if you're running for the president of the United States, you need to be able to articulate yourself in a manner that is very, at the least, clear and concise. I would even argue better than the average person. Not saying Trump is that by any means, but we really can't argue that fact anymore. He really didn't even look fit enough to go through another campaign for a presidency term, let alone another term. And I know it sounds like I'm ranting. I'm not mad at Joe. I'm not mad at Kamala. They did the best they possibly could to get people out to vote for them while they were running. Happy for y'all. Good for them. That's not the issue. The Democrats did not give either of them a solid opportunity to succeed. It's also really annoying when looking at how unprepared the Democrats were when looking at who they were running against. You feel me? Like, this man has been a problem for the Democrats for like the last 8-9 years. Dude is a monster, and I do not mean that in a good way. Like, if you're a person who consistently votes Republican or you're just a Trump supporter in general, history has shown time and time again that his influence on his followers and just his overall views have caused issues for the Democrats to deal with. Every person that they've put up against him, besides Biden, has struggled in the polls in winning an election against him. I just want to shout out Kamala and Hillary, by the way. You guys did great in your election, and just pose the opinion, if you guys were men, you probably would have won. Just saying. Like, the Democratic Party should have took notice of all the signs that they were seeing and made the decision that Joe was not fit to run. And maybe just begin a campaign with someone like a Kamala, Whitmer, Bernie, Waltz, Michelle, whoever, with enough time, heavy emphasis on the time part so they would have the best opportunity to succeed. Like, I just don't get it. Now that I got my dissatisfaction for how the Democrats handled this situation out the way, this election is the first election I've ever paid this much attention to. I'm gonna just be honest with all people who voted for Trump. This goes way deeper than your political or religious views.
Because despite what your views are, you are simply standing and voting for someone who brings out bigotry for specific groups of people. When this man speaks, he brings out certain behaviors in which display misogyny, homophobia, sexism, racism. Like, I could really go on and on with this. And it causes many who support him, mind you, I said many, not all, to be perfectly okay with openly expressing these sentiments.
Like, those things used to be condemned at a certain point, or at least to where they weren't necessarily perceived as socially acceptable. This man is bringing that side back out of people to where they almost feel proud to show that's who they are. The type of behavior that he elicits when he speaks is just very harming and dangerous to minority communities and women. Like, that is just simply non-debatable. I ain't really got much else to say on this. I think I've said what I needed to. I urge everyone out there, keep doing y'all. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay positive. Mind your business. Please do not be trying to get into it with anybody on that side, because it's just not going to be worth it. And that's really all I got. Again, I appreciate all y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.